my dreams, I see you haunting me, never letting me sleep. Truly, I fall for the bad time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lightcast. I'm Jay, otherwise known as Subscribe everyone on Twitch. I hope everyone's having an amazing day, wherever you are. And today, if you couldn't tell by that amazing intro music, we are joined by Jen again.
Hello.
How are you doing,
Again.
Jen? Again, I feel like I don't even need to introduce you now. Like, you might as well just start it for me. Like, because I like playing. We were talking about this a minute ago. Like, I just like playing the music before we get in, so then people get they know what we're on about. If they haven't listened to it yet, gets people in the mood. So then, like, I feel like I shouldn't even need to introduce myself. Like, I should just go straight into it. I don't even need to say hello.
Yeah, I just felt like out of any song that I've done, this one would be the one to talk about. So I was like, I gotta
100%. I feel like
talk to my friend Jay.
I feel like every time we've spoke, I don't know. So we spoke about In the Rain. We spoke about Roots, and then I think we did like a whole podcast episode when I Cried for the Both of Us came out, and then
Oh yeah, maybe.
I think we spoke about this song every single time. Every
Yeah.
single time we would talk about something else. This song just randomly popped up, and we spoke about it for like 10 minutes, and I was like, yeah, like definitely, like that's why I was in your stream when you were like doing the release party, and I was like,
Yes.
I was on the edge of my seat because I was like, we spoke about this so much now that like
I know.
and it lived up. I was like,
Oh, I'm glad.
I was like sitting in my chair, and I was like, oh, she delivered. Like, I was like, and when it started playing, I was like, oh my god. And I don't know why.
Yay.
Like, it just came over me. I was like, I kind of want to like dance this. Like, it was getting me like swinging. I was like, oh,
Hey,
which I wasn't really expecting, because like,
that's awesome.
we'll talk about it, but like, it has the darkness, and then like,
Yeah.
it kind of makes you like, when like it gets louder, I'm like, oh my god, like, yeah. It makes you feel like bad. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, right. I know that's that's kind of what I was going for, like, because I just writing it for what I was writing it for was an independent film, that like a dark comedy, and I just sort of pictured this like these James Bond vibes and everything, and I was like, okay. And so when I got done with it, I was like, I feel so empowered listening to it, and
That's how I felt. I was like, oh my god, like, yeah.
Yep, that's how one of my friends felt the other day too. She was like, "The song makes me want to punch somebody," and I was like, "Okay, you're kidding."
It's
right?
like, yeah. It's like it's really got that James Bond behind it as well, like like Skyfall and like stuff like that. Like, I really felt like it's not like it's similar to a James Bond song, but like I could see it being in there. Like, it's so original though.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, like, was it difficult trying to be original, or was it like? Because I feel like I would struggle.
I think I'm just always doing, like, trying to make music that I love, and so I'm hoping that it comes out sounding original. So it's not like I'm sitting here trying to be original, but I'm also making sure I'm very conscientious of like not copying others. Like, I don't want to copy others. There'll be some times where I'll sit down, start writing a song, and I'll be subconsciously building the melody of a song. Like, for instance, I one day, it was like earlier this year or something, I was like, oh wow, this melody is great. Man, this is really good. And then I'm like, wait a second, this sounds so familiar. Why does it sound familiar? And then I realized I was writing the 1975 Somebody Else again. So I was like, crap.
I think about that a lot as well. Like, when I think about music, like, it must be so difficult to be original. Like, there's so much music out there that like, people just get inspired by things. Like, you listen to a song, you listen to 100 songs, you're gonna pick up some things. So like, there's probably a song out there that some person's made that sounds similar to any of your songs. You know what I mean? So like, it's
right, or there'll be similar, just melodic structures, or just like a certain 3 notes that are the same.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, there's only a few amount of notes you can play with. You can't make new notes, really, can you? So,
yeah,
but I hear that a lot as well. Like, people always say, like, online, like, oh, like, that's similar to that song. That's similar to that song. It's like, yeah, you're gonna find that.
Right.
I like saying like a song has a similar like vibe to it. Like, when we say like, Darker Night is similar to Skyfall, or something to that. Like, it's not the same, but you can see that like maybe there's inspiration, or maybe that it's similar because they're on similar topics. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And that's another thing too, is when I'm filling out like interviews or I'm submitting for something, they're always like, what artist do you sound like? What artist's song does your song sound like? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know.
What do you write down? I want to know now. Who
I
do you
mean,
put?
for Dark of Night, I put like uh Halsey or Lana Del Rey or Billie
Yes.
Eilish. And yeah, like I don't think our voices are the same at all, but I mean, I guess the vibe is
Yeah,
similar.
I think I said that in
So
the chat when I was in that party of like the song being released. I think I actually said like the Lana vibes. I think I said that. But like I
yeah,
really got Lana. I
yeah,
like I'm a big fan of Lana. I saw her in July in London,
awesome.
and I noticed that a lot of her songs, like she kind of speaks. Is that way? Do you know what I mean by that? Like where she kind
I
of
do.
like she kind of like you can hear every single word she says,
Okay.
and
Like
like
enunciating?
yeah, exactly. Like she's so unique.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I don't know. Like, do you listen to Lana a lot or?
Not really, actually. And she's one of the people that I've been compared to more than once. And even just like on my Twitch streams when I'm singing songs and stuff, the people will be like, "Oh, you sound like Lana." So they'll have me sing like her, the summertime sadness or
I think I've heard you
beautiful,
sing "Young and Beautiful." Yeah,
young and
I've heard you
beautiful.
sing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people will always say that, but I think it's funny because I've actually only listened to those two songs. Really, I think I've listened to maybe three or four
Oh,
now.
you need to
I
listen to
know, I
more. You'll
know.
actually fall in love with her.
But
I
now
feel
I'm
like
afraid to because I'm like, well, I don't. What if I end up sounding too much like her?
no, I don't think you. I don't
Uh,
think you do. But like, I
yeah,
feel like when you sing her songs, you sound similar to her.
yeah.
Like, I love it when you sing Adele. So like, when I come to your show, I'm gonna request River Lee because I love it when you sing
Love
River
me some
Lee.
Adele.
Yeah, but like you put your own swing on it. So I feel like with Lana,
Yes.
you always put your same swing on it. But because like when you're singing a Lana song, you have to kind of sing it like she does. You kind of have that same tone.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know where she's
I
from
see what you
actually, but
mean.
I know she's from the US.
I
So
wonder too.
maybe she's your neighbor. So, but I definitely recommend listening to Lana.
I would love to. I know people have been getting me to live learn more of her songs, so I mean, I'm also listening to them in that way as well. So I'll eventually hear a whole album.
I mean, with Lana though, like I wouldn't say she's really on the radio a lot. Like she kind of a lot of her albums or like releases kind of stay to the fans in a way.
Yeah, I've noticed that. She flies under the radar, but somehow
Yeah,
at the same time, everybody knows who she is.
exactly. Like she
It's
lot of her songs. Like if I even name like a couple of her songs, you'd be like, no, I don't know that song. Like when I say Lana Del Rey, everyone just thinks "Summertime Sadness," video games,
yeah,
them kind of songs.
yeah.
But then like even they go like, I mean, the only song that most people would know is "Summertime Sadness." Like even if I said like video games, to someone they'd be like, I don't know that song. And then if you sang it to them, they'd be like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah. And
But
the other day, actually, I did meet somebody that didn't know who Lana Del Rey was. Uh, a close friend of mine. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
wait, what? You've heard Summertime Sadness. Come on. That's been on the radio. It's been played like millions and
years and
millions.
years. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I found one person. So I guess they exist.
I do find that though. Like I don't know. Like I feel like I do say that to people. Like and I'll be like, oh, who's Lana Del Rey? And then you kind of have to remind them. Whereas like if you said like I don't know, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, like they'd be like,
Right.
oh yeah. But
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
It's like you said. It's so weird that like she kind of just flies under the radar. Like she releases a whole album. None of them
Yeah.
really go to the charts, but like they do really well with her fan base.
Yeah. And she's just so respected by her fan base. I think that's so cool.
And they're just so dedicated. Like
Yeah.
I feel like she kind of came around more recently when she released a song with Taylor, which was Snow on the Beach. Did you know the song?
Oh,
So
yeah.
then she kind of
Yeah.
came around a bit more like that. I feel that's, like when she's collabing with them kind of people, she's a bit like,
Yeah, I feel like everyone is catapulted whenever they do a duo with Taylor
yeah,
Swift,
yeah.
and they're just automatically catapulted into the top of the music industry.
That's like anyone though, really. Like,
Uh,
yeah. But I think she has quite a lot of collabs with like The Weeknd as well. So like
yeah.
she, I mean I think The Weeknd's actually the most streamed artist on Spotify.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's number one.
Oh
I'm
my
pretty sure. I
goodness.
think Taylor's number two and he's number one.
That's
I think
crazy.
last time I checked, I think it was like 114 million
That's
listeners.
insane. I mean,
I
his
was,
latest album I thought was killer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Very
was lucky enough
he's
to see that live
inspired.
as well.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, it's like the after COVID, like all the concerts are just coming your way.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I am seeing the Queen of Pop tomorrow. Actually, I'm very excited.
Beyonce?
No. Take a guess. Take a guess. Take
Uh,
a guess. I've seen
Lady Gaga?
Beyonce. No.
Not Taylor Swift, right?
She's older singer. She was called the Queen of Pop.
Madonna?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I am so
Oh, wow.
excited.
Okay, because
She's
I
going
have so
around.
many queens of pop in my mind.
Yeah, like
But she's
she's
the
going round, and
queen.
I'm just so excited. This is kind of a funny story. I was put off getting tickets for ages because they were like thousands upon thousands on like Ticketmaster.
Right.
And I think she did her first show on Saturday in London, so she's opening up in London. She's doing like 4 nights,
Wow.
and I think it was so popular that like I don't know if a stadium. They kind of sometimes, if there's so many tickets being sold, they open up like a little bit more of the section.
Yeah.
Like they kind of open up another section, so like it's not like you're not behind the screen, but like you might have like a little bit of a limited view. And they were
Yeah.
going for like £90, which is still a lot of money. But then I checked the seats that were still selling, like in the section next door, were like £2,000, and I'm like, there's no
Whoa.
way I am not going if I have a limited view.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I checked, like you can look up on your phone like your seat view. Do you know what I mean
Yep.
by that? I looked up and I was like, you can still see everything. So why are they £90? I was like, I just got a bargain.
That's wonderful.
So I'm very excited. But yeah, I feel like
Yes.
just all these concerts going around. It's just insane.
So exciting.
I think we spoke last time that you want to start doing some live shows.
Yes. That's definitely something I am heading towards. And it's, it's for me, it's sort of like, okay, where do I begin? Because I've done different like singer-songwriter nights at different venues and little, open mic competitions, all that kind of stuff. Or I've done weddings or private events.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, now I'm just, I want to
That
do, I guess, a
title.
bigger show.
Yeah.
And so I'm
To have the
just
Jennifer Jess show as well, not just
right. And maybe I'll start out with like, a couple friends where they perform, I perform, or someone else performs, so something like that. I would love to put together something like that. So, but it's just like orchestrating it and then finding like which venue and also just keeping my eyes and ears open for more live opportunities because I know there's a lot more ones where they're like, we need someone to perform here. So just finding those opportunities, I think, is something I'm going to be diving into.
There's like a difference though between like releasing music and then growing that confidence to actually go out and perform it as well. Do you know what I mean? So, like,
and I think I've just my confidence with songwriting, singing, and recording is so much higher than my confidence of live performance. So I would love to even that out. Yeah.
I mean, Twitch gives you that confidence as well. So like,
definitely. And for Twitch, it's like, it's like one time this was a couple years ago though, but I got out on stage and I performed to the audience and actually it was like 4 years ago. And my vocal coach, I remember she was in the audience. She was like, wow, it was like you were having a Twitch stream, but on stage. I was like, oh my God. So basically, I guess it was just, I was sort of disconnected from the audience. Now I've grown since then. But it's just funny that Twitch, it can prepare you to be in front of people, but it can also sort of hinder your growth at the same time in certain areas.
I feel like Twitch is like that of anything as well, because I feel like I've been on Twitch as well doing my own little thing for maybe 2 years now, like maybe full time for a year. And like I just feel like I have so much more confidence, even if I'm not in the music industry on Twitch, but like it does give you that kind of confidence as well.
It really does. So it's like I have a lot of that confidence. Now I want to be able to step out from behind the piano and like bring that to people live. So that part where I actually see people's faces, it's totally different. So, it's like I can get out there and perform, but I want to do more than just a simple performance. Like I really want to let the song live through me, like really put on a good show, So
if you had to choose 3 of your songs from your discography to perform live, what songs would you choose?
Dark of Night.
Yeah.
That one. And then Imagine You. I love performing that one live. And then, maybe In the Rain.
It's a tricky question. Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah, because In the Rain is one of those that just stands so strong on its own. So Maybe the other two I would perform with stems, which are like backing tracks in a live band. And then In the Rain is with the one where I would just sit at the piano and play it myself.
I think that would just be perfect as well because like it shows your range, but it also shows
Yeah.
that like you have that kind of confidence that you can show off your vocals, and you're not showing
Yeah.
off everything, so then people can go check you out. And
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like that one a lot for that reason is the showing off the vocals and just being able to belt a song in front of people. I remember I did it was like a singer-songwriter night at this lovely spot in Atlanta called Eddie's Attic. It's
hmm
known for, artists like John Mayer and a whole bunch of different people.
hmm
Um, but I just remember performing that one night on the piano and I was so proud of my performance. I was just so happy about it. But that was me behind the piano. That's like my comfort zone. So it's like I can't
yeah,
wait to step out from behind that piano and like perform Dark of Night or Imagine You, and not be in front of my comfort zone, the piano. So
that is a very good shout because I feel like I'm just thinking about it. Like you don't want to show everyone all your songs because you want them to go check you out as well. Do you know what I mean?
that's true.
So like Imagine You gives you a glimpse of some of your other songs, but then like also Dark of Night is like your new thing that you're working on.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like I'll always love like the 80s vibes and stuff. So I feel like that Imagine You just encompasses that. And it's just fun and upbeat and just kind of cute. But then Dark
You
of
know
Night
I
is
love
like,
Imagine You.
yeah, yeah. And it's also doing well on Spotify too, which is really cool. That was the one that got on the Spotify put it on an editorial playlist.
Oh
So the
yeah,
Spotify chosen playlists. So that one was super, super awesome when that happened. But yeah. So those are probably the ones I would perform live.
how is Dark of Night doing on Spotify? What have we got going on over there? Is it
It's
is it performing?
Yeah, it's been getting about 1,000 streams a day, which is
That's
wonderful.
insane.
Yeah. So I mean like and usually there is a point where after the fourth or fifth day it'll start to slow down a little bit for me.
hmm
But I've been working a lot behind the scenes to get it put on playlists. And I
That's
will say
crazy.
that
Yeah.
it's gotten put on like I think it got it put on a playlist this morning with 18,000 saves.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, and it's towards the top, which is really cool. So it
That's what you need,
should
isn't it? Yeah, that's just great.
yes. So it should be getting some good plays and I'm not done yet. Like I'm gonna push this song as hard as I can.
That's what I mean though. Like we speak about this every single time you release a song. That because you are independent, it's always good to try new things. And I think that is like the perfect way to push it. Like I go through playlists when I'm, I sometimes I get bored of music I listen to, and I go click on a new playlist and just shuffle through new artists, and someone comes across you. They're not only checking out Dark
Yeah.
of Night, but they're checking out all of you as well. Like people can go
Yeah.
click on you. And I feel like Dark of Night is definitely like some of your best lyrical work as well.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed writing this song for many reasons. So
Did you I think you spoke about this on Twitch as well. Did you read so obviously Dark of Night is for a film, an independent film that's being released at some
yes.
point? At some
Yes,
point?
yes. I believe the director he's in the post editing phases, so
Yeah.
it shouldn't be too much longer, but it's his first feature film. So it's a
Takes
really
time, yeah.
yeah, it's a really big deal for him. So I think he's just making sure it's as the best it can be before
Yeah.
he releases. So he's kind of like me, like independent artist, like I will take my time and
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
that, so I have a feeling that's what's going on, but I'll definitely let everyone know when it drops.
Definitely. I want to check it out now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think did you read the screenplay as well, like all the scripts to get
I
inspiration
did.
for the
I
song?
I read the whole script before I wrote the song. Um and then I just sort of asked the director what like his main idea for the song was, like the, sort of what's it called? Just like his overall like the deeper meaning to the movie. And so once I learned all those things, then I went to the piano.
That's the best place to go to start a song is
Yes.
Jen's
Yes.
piano. Um, is there any meaning behind the song for you though as well, not just the movie? Like, do you find yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to write it in a tone that would fit the movie and then
Yeah.
also write it in a way that would fit the deeper meaning of the movie. and then write it in the way that would connect with me. So that was sort of interesting figuring out. So the way that it connects with me is that number one, I've dealt with anxiety and challenges with anxiety. So the song is very much about conquering those negative thoughts in your head. And and that can be so challenging. It can take all the strength out of you. I think just one of the lyrics. But you'll keep going because there's light at the end of the tunnel, basically, and that you're bigger and more than any fears that you may have. So that's kind of
That's so amazing.
Yeah, that's the part that connects with me. And then also last year I went through a lot of, like, let's just say I was introduced to the darker sides of the music industry and realizing that not everybody has my best what's best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And so when I just going through all of that, that also kind of fueled the song as well. That, sometimes it feels like you're walking a lonely road through just like kind of a darker industry at times.
Yeah.
But light triumphs in the end. So that's also another way I kind of thought of it as well.
That's so interesting, like how it has all these connections. It's like very interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny. I made the lyric video for this, which means you have to listen to the song 100 million times.
Yeah.
So when I was doing that, I was like listening to my own lyrics and I was like, wow, this could also be thought of this way. And like I was just analyzing my own lyrics. And so yeah, I feel like there's so many different things that each person that listens to it will take something different out of it.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, like I find that of a lot of songs as well. Like, you can listen to, speaking about your songs, we talk about strength and love. I think we spoke about this last time even, that like people took different meanings from that maybe you didn't have. And, Dark of Night, you have your own meanings to it, but then someone could listen to that and they could be related to anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy how like a song can be made for a movie, it can be made for yourself, it can be made for someone else going through something else. And it's just, I feel like there's so many songs out there that I take my own meaning from. And like, if you go through something, there's so many songs that like, the lyrics might, what's the words? The lyrics might.
I know how you feel too.
Yes.
I can't think of words this morning.
Word's just gone out of my head. Relates. There you go. Relates.
Yeah.
The lyrics relate to you.
Absolutely.
So I feel like you don't always have to have the artist's relation to it as well. So like, it's kind of cool to see your relation to your own song having so many different meanings. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So were you worried about releasing this song, or were you like,
I was a little nervous, as I always am, but I think I was mostly excited. But I think like there's always that part of me that's like, oh no, what if people don't like it and I like it way more than they like it?
You seemed so excited on Twitch. I was like, please just show us.
I definitely was. But yeah, there's always that part like, oh no, what if people are like way less excited about this song as I am? So, but no, it turned out well. Everyone seemed to have great things to say. So
it's like the perfect time to release it as well, because you got Halloween coming up. It's kind of like got spooky vibes, but you could go on a Halloween playlist. You got to get in touch with Spotify and get on that Halloween playlist.
Oh, I am. Oh yeah, I'm doing all of those things on so many levels. I got other people doing it for me. We're all doing it.
Yes. You got to keep streaming people.
Yes.
Keep adding it to your playlist, because otherwise then Spotify will see and they'll be like, this person's incredible. We need to get them on all our playlists.
Right. Exactly. That's
just speaking on Spotify. Their Halloween playlist is terrible. The one I try to play, like they have the classics, but then they just like they miss out. Like while we're talking, I'm actually gonna try and get it up because it's so bad. I was trying to play it on my stream the other day because it's like, we're doing a Halloween stream. I had my, we had our outfits on, and I was like, this doesn't go. Like they had Thriller, and then they just started playing like just such rubbish songs. Like they didn't even have like the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
Monster Mash. What did I just say? Monster Mash.
Yeah, the Monster Mash.
But then they had like Sweet Dreams, Sweet Dreams, that, and like Banana Bow, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd.
Huh.
Gimme Gimme by ABBA. Die For You. Like this is, I'm just kind of reading through them. Like some of these songs just don't have like Sweet Dreams by Beyonce, Scream and Shout by will.i.am, Paper Planes by Mia.
Yeah.
That's just like Midnight Sky of Mighty Stars. Like some of these songs do not have any relation. Like even Circus by Britney Spears, I can't really see.
That's interesting.
It's like it's weird how they put it together.
Some of those there's a darker theme in the melody or the music, but
Yeah.
also it's like the lyrical content, not so much at all.
So they've got like newer songs on here, like Unholy by Sam Smith,
right?
Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, Dark Horse by Katy Perry. So like I can see what they're going for. I can see it. But Dark of Night isn't on here, and that's what we need, guys. So keep streaming.
I would love that.
I mean,
yes, it's
crazy,
like the more streams we get, the more they're like alerted.
It's just top of the Halloween party playlist on Spotify. It's above Ghostbusters. It's above Michael Jackson. Just Jennifer Jess. That's what we need. I actually did something different as well, Jen. This time, I was on stream the other day talking about you coming on as always, and I asked people. I've broke it down to 3 questions because there was a few, and I know we don't always have as much time as we possibly could have. There's basically what I did. I asked people, "Do you want to ask Jen questions?" I actually did manage to get 3 questions down from people.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
This is from my viewers and also just from my Discord server. So I hope I got them down right, and I think I catch some names as well. So the first one is from Zach, and how can I be motivated to make music?
Oh, okay. So
that's a tricky question.
Yeah, I mean, because like the first thing I would ask is, what do you think is like in the times that you don't feel motivated? Why is that?
Oh, you got to go right down to the roots.
Yeah, sort of like figuring out first, why do you not feel motivated? Is it because you're not sure where to get started, or is it because the road seems like a long and winding one and you just don't know, like, or is it because maybe you don't know how to set up, your distributor or the music business side or followers, or,
There's so much to it.
There's so much to it. But I mean, I guess for me, what keeps me motivated are little wins.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I think, there has to be even something deeper than little wins, because sometimes I may not even be getting little wins, which little wins could be like, oh, I got accepted into a sync library, which is the place where they can pitch your songs to TV and film. That's awesome. That's definitely a win. So, but when I don't get those little wins, I think that I just bring it back to, okay, why do I do music? And then I'm like, I realized recently, actually, that I don't do music 100% for myself, because when I just do it for myself, I'm not motivated. But when I do it for not only myself, but for other people, and I have other people in mind, that's what pushes me, I think, because it's those people that say like, wow, your song really hit me today, or wow, I really needed this. That's the stuff that keeps me going, keeps me motivated. So when I'm really down, and when I just want to like give up, I'm just like, wait, there's people that need this music. And so that's one of it's just sort of finding like, what is that root of what keeps you going, and that can help you stay motivated.
Yeah,
and also
that's what I would say
wins.
that's what I would say to Zach. So it's like, just try find that thing that motivates you. What does motivate you? Like, look around, think about that time, that what made you happy, what made you want to start thinking about making music in the first place, and then just think about, just I always say this to people as well, like, don't aim your bar too high. Like, don't set an achievement like, I want to get 1 million streams on Spotify. Like, just say, I want to get 20 streams this song, I want to get 30 streams, I want to start streaming on, I don't know, Twitch, if you want to go to the Twitch side of it. Have little goals, because then you're getting something out of it, and you're not setting goals too high. Or set a yearly goal, rather than having it like, next week I want to hit this stream. Not like, say, by the end of the year I want to hit 1,000 followers on Spotify, something like that.
Yeah, and then if you set those smaller goals, then you're going to get those smaller wins, but you're going to get 100%. More of them, and that'll motivate you.
Yeah, and then it will soon end up with bigger wins,
Yes.
Next question is from Hannah, and what is your proudest achievement of your work so far? I think that's what it says. Yes.
My proudest achievement would probably be, oh gosh, I mean, honestly, I might say that it's Dark of Night, because Dark at Night is the first song that I sat down and like fully produced with Justin Cerasiello. Like we sat down together, both never having produced a song before.
Yeah.
And we did it. We did the thing. And then on top of that, it was for an independent feature film, which is really cool. So I mean, just the
There's so
whole
much behind
song.
it.
And that's honestly like one of the reasons why I was so excited about it is it was like, yeah, it's another song. Yeah, like it'll sound great, but wow, I did all this. Like we did
Be
this,
proud of it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and because before it was, I would write a song and then the producer would make the beat, or the producer would make the beat and then I would write to the song. And so this one was just so different because I was so hands-on with it, and I was so amazed at the end that it turned out to sound how it did.
I think about that a lot. I never really used to think about that like obviously not. I think a lot of people have this persona where like one person makes a song.
Yeah.
And then like from a recent concept, Doja Cat.
Yeah.
She's kind of known for her laughs, but on her Instagram story, she was, her newest song Paint Town Red is going really well. It's everywhere, and she was like, "Thank you for the love, but I wasn't the only one. All these beats I didn't really even make. This is my producers.
Right.
Like, go show them some love," which I thought was really good of her because, like, sometimes one person can work on a song, and like especially in an album, you might get a different producer working on that song and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yes. And I love to work with other people, but I think just when it's in your hands, you can be so proud of it. You can call all the shots and you can spend as much time as you want on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Last question is from Jeff, and I'm sorry I couldn't choose everyone's questions. There was just so many, and we'd be here for hours. I like this one. What is the best way to start streaming music on Twitch? It's interesting.
Oh, the best way? I mean, I assume they're talking about like kind of like what I do, like either singing or playing an instrument. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, number one, just get a camera. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be fancy at all. Some kind of interface, again, doesn't have to be fancy. And then just, click that starting soon button and
go for it.
And go for it. And it's going to be, it may be very slow in the beginning, but what's amazing about Twitch is that when people start relating to you or following your channel or like being a part of your community, it is very common that they will end up funding a new microphone or a new camera.
Exactly.
Or, those things. Like they're so incredibly supportive in that way that they honestly, they want a good show. So many of them will help you get there, which is awesome. So yeah, just starting is the hardest thing, actually. It really is. So, I mean, it may seem like common sense, but it's a lot. There's a lot of feelings and emotions, nervous, just a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think my first stream I ever did was only 30 minutes. 30 minutes or an hour tops, I think. And, and then I got offline. So, and then I eventually stretched them out and made them longer. So don't feel like you have to stream for an hour. Stream for 30 minutes, Stream
That's what
for
I would
20
say
minutes,
as well.
Yeah.
Like I watched back my old streams from like 2 years ago, and I'm like, I had this crappy mic that was buzzing in the background. I had nobody in my chat. I had like 1-2 people randomly coming in. I had no camera. I was just sitting there talking, and then I got a camera. Then I got a good microphone, and then I say this to everyone that people ask me about streaming. I'm always say like, it's not always about the followers. It's about the people who are gonna come back and get that viewer count up. Like when you start your stream, who's in there? Who's saying hello? Who's in your starting soon? Like. It's not always about the followers. Like someone could have followed you, you could never see them again. The people that come back and the people that support you and get you to that level that you want to be, you gotta, Twitch is such a difficult app. There's like, I think I looked this up. There's like 400,000 people streaming on Twitch or something crazy like that. Like even when you go live. So what's gonna make you unique? What's gonna make you stand out? And like just be yourself. I see a lot of people trying to be someone else, or like, if you inspire to be anyone on Twitch, just be yourself. That's what I would say.
Yeah. It took me like 3 years to fully be myself on Twitch because I was very shy. So I feel like, sometimes I'd say like there was a large percentage of the time I was completely myself, but other times I was just sort of like this more professional version of myself, like, oh, don't say that. That'll be weird. And now these days I'm just like, I say all the weird things.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, like that's the main thing. Just
yeah.
please be yourself. I said to everyone, like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna like at the start, you're gonna be shy. You're gonna, what you're gonna have to find yourself. You're not just gonna turn on and be like, this is me, and this is, you're gonna change as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll morph
Especially as
into
your
a
audience
beautiful
grows as
butterfly.
well.
What'd you say?
I said, especially as like your audience grows as well. Like that's gonna
Yeah.
change you. That's gonna like, I feel like always just be interactive with chat as well. Like I see it in your streams, Jen, which is amazing that if you miss a message, you sometimes scroll up and like, you always see everyone's messages as well. So
Yeah.
just be
I get it.
interactive as well, please.
Right.
I see too many people there that sit on their phone or they're talking to someone else and they're not listening to their chat. Like, chuck your phone across the room, please.
I
You don't
know.
just
I
please,
always
please, please.
Yeah, I always feel so bad when I pick up mine. I'm like, "Guys, I'm just checking something real
Yeah,
quick." Like, you know?
I'm like, I'm on my
Don't
phone.
worry.
I am on my
Yeah.
phone, but this, I'm doing something and I'll be back with you in a second. Like,
Right.
because I always,
Because it feels
they can
like
see me looking down.
yeah, it feels like you're in a conversation with someone and that you're
Yeah.
picking up your phone. So I always feel like I'm rude for
Yeah,
doing that.
I always feel like I'm being rude
Yeah.
as well. I have that exact same feeling.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jen. I just want to end the little deep dive into Dark of Night and everything else of how can we help support Dark of Night? Because I think it's important to let people know what they can do.
Thanks so much for saying that. And yeah, just adding it to your playlist, even
Yeah.
if your playlist only has 1 or 2 saves or, likes on it, it really doesn't matter because it's the amount of playlists that it's on that really helps boost it up in the
Mhm.
algorithm. So yeah, I mean, Spotify playlist and then sharing it with your friends, family, or on social media, you can always tag me at Jennifer Jess Music. So yeah.
Make a Jen playlist, guys. Like, Jen's got so many songs now. How many of you this year? 4? 4 songs? Is it 4?
Like
4?
in total, like ever?
No, I mean like this year. This year you
Oh,
released
this
4.
year's 4.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like, Jen's always
Yes.
adding new music. So just make a Jen playlist and, duplicate them songs so then when you got it on repeat, you're supporting all the songs. Because at the end of the
Thank
day,
you.
Supporting Jen in general is what you need to do.
General.
In general. Because I feel like every time we come back, you've got bigger and, it's just crazy. I want to see more Dark Jen, please. I'm obsessed with
Okay,
it.
I'll bring it. I am so
I
excited.
want
I
a
should
whole
be
album.
starting. Yeah.
I want a movie. I want a documentary.
I'm aiming for the next single to come in January, so and
Oh,
I'm hoping
okay.
it'll be something darker.
Oh
Darker
my
pop,
God.
so
Well, now I'm excited.
yes.
Every single time you leave us on a cliffhanger, and I'm now very excited. So, guys, please
Yay.
support Jen. The links are everywhere. So, yeah, go click them and just follow Jen, to be honest, if you haven't already. If you haven't already, I don't know what you've been doing for the last 3 episodes. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, as always, for having me, Jay. Appreciate it.
Of course, I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone sending in their questions as well, because that was fun, and we'll do more of that. And sorry I couldn't include everyone, but, Jen streams, so join Jen streams. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day,
Thank
everyone
you.
listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.